Good evening, everyone. Good evening from Europe and good afternoon in the Americas and South America, where my next guest is from. Hello, Miss Leandra Costa.
Hello, Rachel.
Hey.
So good to be here.
It is. My name is Rachel O'Brien, and welcome to the Stories of Change created by the JCFs. And I suppose we wanted to gift people the jewels and the magic and the transformation that we've received through the use of the Joy of Business tools. And I love your story of change. I love it because I'm so stubborn and I love doing things my own way. I can create business my own way.
I'm so stubborn. And I would say it's not even from being stubborn. It's from, really honoring who you are and not going, against or trying to follow the way that the majority of people create their own businesses. So to me, yeah.
So
go ahead.
And that requires a fierce commitment to being a free thinker and being autonomous in the way that you generate.
Yeah, it does. And it require also you to be really into what you know. Sometimes people are like, oh, can I follow this? Can I go like this? Okay, what do I know? What could I create here? What could I follow?
Can we go back a bit for listeners?
Yeah.
And so I met you probably, how long ago? Was it 7 years?
5
Oh, 5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
It seems like lifetime. So I met you 5 years ago. You came across the Joy business on Facebook, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
And you applied for a job as an intern. Yeah. And oh my goodness me, I get to be one of the lucky ones that witnessed your change, transformation, and your, I would say, like coming home to who you are. Yeah. So tell us what has changed for you. Don't hold back. Let people know financially, geographically. Like tell people it's just magical.
Oh, a lot of things changed. I mean, I've done the internship for three months. And after that, someone realized, I said, we would love for you to work with Joy Business, Gago. I'm like, yes. And then after that, I generated other business with other facilitators and inside the company of Access Consciousness. So within these 5 years, I ended up a 20-year marriage, which to me, it is looking into what I would like to create as my life and, as my business. And I live by myself with my son. I started facilitating more because I always had that excuse, I'm working for the company.
Yeah. So she used to tell me that my response used to be,
yeah. Rachel very nicely in allowance of me all the time. So to me, working with Access also gave me that space because people don't go into what you've done, your CV. They ask you questions and they can perceive what you create and where you can go, if you know what I mean. So that to me also gives me more of me and what I know I can be in business.
Well, you're a mover of magnitude. You are a mover of magnitude. That's something that I know about you. You have this amazing capacity to move things and to actualize things. By that, we mean to bring things into a physical reality. And for me, that's highly valuable,
Yeah.
And so the story changes coming away from a relationship that no longer fulfills the energetics of the way you would want to live your life. And then financially, you travel the world. I mean, you're in Ellugar.
Yes.
You've been to Ellugar.
I think I was working with Ellugar full time, so it was a project that I was deep in, and I've been to Ellugar a few times. I'm being invited to be one of the live hosts now, going to the 6-day event in October, so I'll be there as well.
I mean, for me, that's a no. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's a no-brainer with all the energy and time you've invested into it. Of course, that's the honoring of Gary Douglas and Dane Hare and Simone Melissa's.
I know.
That deep respect of what you bring to the work, Yeah. Yeah, it's
Totally, totally.
beautiful.
And bringing back to working with avant-garde, there is also somewhere that I learned so much, on different levels of business by only by watching and seeing how, they ask questions and how they move a project like that. So to me, that also, I'm so grateful to have been part of that and seeing now it's going to be open soon, and it's been 4 years. No one stopped through whatever happened there. So that also to me is a big story of change that anyone that's involved with that project can talk about.
Yeah. And so for someone watching, I'm really grateful that that you mentioned Eligar, because that was one of the areas that Gary and Dane and Simone and David Kubis and David Caddy and everyone involved there, they really had to remain in question and choosing to move forward no matter what the hiccups, the barriers, the boundaries, they enjoy business. We always say that everything isn't easy, but we always find a way around it with ease with the tools. And we really learn to know that we can deal with anything. So for people watching, with all the experience and the learning that you have from Elgar, from the expansion of Joy Business, from like, I think the year I was there we were maybe 15 facilitators. Now we're up to 102, is it?
Yes. Yeah. Over 100. Yeah.
I mean, that's a massive expansion and growth of a business, and you are part of that generation. So what would you like to say to people if they're on looking, and if number one, I'm just going to take you an example. They're like you, they're not really going back 6 years ago. Their life isn't gelling in a way that, woohoo, not waking up with that energy. What would be your three? I've been asking all the JCFs to give their three top questions and hints, because it's really beneficial and useful for people, and it really impacts our daily living. So what is Leandra Costa's three tips, questions, whatever way you want to put it?
Well, number one, it's out there we talk about all the time, from bars class to all the advanced classes, what else is possible. If you're in a project, if your business is like stuck, what else is possible here that I have not created? And when you are in this question, things will open up. You will have awareness, you will have a pain, you will have more space on, what is required for that to move. And because I'm a mover, I'm going to talk about from that space. Number two, keep asking questions, whatever questions that because when you are in projects or you're starting something and you're like, oh, have I done something wrong? Just stop. Don't go to judgment of you. No. Ask questions. No. Do I require anyone else here? Should I talk to someone? Can I ask a question? Can I talk to someone to ask someone to ask me a question? Always be open to really be in question of what's happening there.
Okay, I'm gonna put that out because that's a big one. Number two, do not judge you. Keep asking questions and really live as the question is what you're saying.
Yeah. And number three, how can I maybe because where and how I work, I'm always sort of open to whatever comes my way as a project or as a question on, would you like to do this? Are you able to do that? And really being open is not even the word, but being that sort of, antenna that's out there that can receive whatever comes its way. If you know what I mean, Rachel?
Yeah, I do. And I guess from a girl that grew up in Ireland where you're not invited to possibilities, it's always problems. I would say being open to possibilities is probably a superpower of magnitude. It's a superpower capacity, because instead of rejecting, you're actually receiving. So receive what could be available to you. And that's what I love about you. You jump off the cliff and you just go. And if it doesn't work, we just move on. We are that's one thing that I know about all of us. If it doesn't work, we just move on. We move on to the next project. I actually adore working with people like you, because that's where we genuinely, we can talk about this, but when we get into the nuts and bolts of business, this is where we really come together and go, oops, that didn't work, let's go over here, 10-second increments, you know, and it's a beautiful way to live.
And not seeing that, oh, this didn't work, was wrong. Oh, we tried, okay, what's next? What's required now? What can we change? And so when you are from that space of, I can create my business from there, and I can create anything. So what can you create, and what can you not? Anything, really.
Well, I mean, we're living proof that the quest, like these tools, you don't have to prove these tools to anyone, because they prove themselves.
Yeah.
And so we're living proof of, you know, coming. I also was married for, pretty sure it was maybe even more than 20 years. So basically we're living proof that you can start again, no matter what your age, no matter what your gender, no matter what your culture, no matter where you are in the world. And so what if today you really looked at, what do you know? Because you said that a few times. What is it you can create, and be open to possibilities landing on, falling into your lap as if by magic.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thanks for being here. And Leandra is a massive support to me in my life, and I am so friggin' grateful for you, and to see you really create a life that you love, and on horses and your son, it's just yay. So yeah, beautiful.
Thank you, Rachel, and you're always a gift as well, always bringing joy and always bringing questions.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.